Private Ramirez. B. Private Davis. C.
Matilda is
Private
kind of staring at
Martin,
the thing.
or
Hang on,
D.
wait. Matilda's
Private
going to speak. Here we
Israel.
go.
Okay.
The answer is C.
That sounds like all you're getting.
And as far as we know,
Okay, good night,
he doesn't
guys.
have a second name. It's like private share. Or even...
All right. Bye. Good night, Becca. Good night.
The legit, actual, real,
Wait, now I've got 2 mics. Guys, I've got 2 mics.
Final boss of the Binding of Isaac
I think
series.
Matt was saying that you're streaming the wrong stream.
No, I'm not.
C.
We're not
Terraformer,
supposed to
or D.
stream the official Twitch one. We've got to stream the official Twitch co-stream
The
one.
answer was
Ah, I
Yes.
see.
Which is e3.costream.twitch.tv.
I see. So that's why I'm watching Ooblets and you're.
Well, that's why,
Watching a
yeah.
duck.
In 27 seconds, the PC gaming show begins.
Theater in Los Angeles. Because
So,
the
yeah.
PC gaming show is
Everyone's
about
like, no,
to
it's wrong.
begin.
2 mic stream. 17 seconds.
Do I have something on my face?
Oh my god, the lady at the duck.
No. No, it's
Was
good.
that sexual? I hope you can see this. The duck's left. Anyway. Alright, 1 minute till the PC. I don't even give a shit about what's in the PC one. Maybe they'll announce something cool.
I mean, they just said that Ooblets is going to be there. Clay might have something interesting. I really want to see more about UFO 50. That's the sort of game that I feel might be there.
I feel like they tend to have... what the fuck keeps going ba-ding? What kind of piece of shit-ass... Oh, there we go.
I can now see a countdown. Is that what you're getting?
Yes. Hang on.
Excellent.
I need to say... Matt's...
We're back in sync again.
Hang on, I'm actually going to record Matt a video. Everybody say hi, Matt. Hi, Matt. Look, I've opened the link you've said. Look, there's the link. Look.
Hi, Matt.
Wow. Look, capture the stream on the link that I'm fucking at. Did it right, yeah, dickhead. Bye, Matt. Love you, babe.
There is magic in PC gaming. It says,
Say hi, Matt.
don't just obey the rules.
It's sending.
Rewrite them.
It's almost as if
It
my
says,
internet's really slow for some
just
reason.
listen to stories. Inhabit them.
What the frog was that?
It says,
Right, can what? Now are you seeing somebody in a car? Plane.
Yeah.
More planes. Cars again.
it says,
Planes
Arcade.
don't just play
Cars.
games.
Gun.
Arcade.
Revel in them.
Fortnite.
Unleash them.
Yeah.
It says,
Flare
seriously,
unknowns. More
is
Fortnite.
every game battle royale now? Or is it just me? From mountaintops to dungeons. From deep waters
That was a pyramid,
to deeper space.
not a mountain.
From solo quests to mass engagements. There is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that magic together. This is the PC Gaming Show.
It doesn't say both. It actually has the link to just that one. That is the official stream. So, Matt, if you're correcting me, you're wrong.
And now your host, Sean Plott.
Who the fuck is Sean Plott?
Oh, hello to everyone online.
Oh, it's
Hello to
that
everyone
guy.
in
It's a
the
new
world.
day.
Welcome to the PC Gaming Show.
I think
got
when
chat.
they were saying there's magic,
Yes.
they got his wrong show.
My name
There's
is Dave,
magic
and I'm your
in the
host
air
I
today.
am delighted to be here. We have a fantastic show for you this afternoon. First, all of you came out to the Wiltern.
doesn't have a
Thanks
desk.
for joining us. The Wiltern is just a beautiful venue here in Los Angeles. To all
Oh,
of you
look at those
online
things.
on
We're gonna
Twitch,
see Team
thanks for
17.
joining us.
Do
To the
not talk
co-streaming
about the
partners,
venue.
Hey, as well, I'm talking to you, Drop Frames. Great to have you here. And of course,
I don't
all the
think his
wonderful
suit
sponsors
fits.
that help make the PC Gaming Show come back again.
I don't think
for
this
the
is perfect.
fourth straight year.
I feel like he put the wrong jacket on.
Good on you. Now, I'm not the only host.
Right, I'm
here
gonna turn the
this
stream
year.
up a
I
little
have
bit
my
'cause it's
co-op partner
running
up on the
quiet for
balcony.
me.
It's Frankie Ward joining us today. How's it going, Frankie?
Hey, Sean, I'm going to be up here in the balcony with a bunch of creative new PC games coming your way. From Warfare's latest update to some offbeat indie gems.
Ooh, I'm an offbeat indie gem.
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have over 30 games we're going to be looking at across the next 90 minutes. So let's get it underway. Our very first title is from Coffee Stain Studios. Their game has absolutely massive construction as well as automation. Let's take a look at Satisfactory.
I like the name of Satisfactory. World exclusive. Coffee Stain. Oh, conveyor belts, I'm in. That's all it takes to win me into a game. It's conveyor belts. Oh, you have conveyor belts. I'm in.
3D conveyor belts.
Okay, now it's space world.
Yeah.
Plonk. Bloop. Push.
Is this 3D Factorio?
Looks quite a lot like a 3D sort of Factorio. With multiplayer.
Take that, nature.
Yeah, fuck you, Nature, you piece of shit. Yeah, this looks like a 3D Factorio. Oh, I'm so in. Oh, give me this in VR, baby.
So pretty.
You could say it's quite satisfactory. Oh my god, train! Yes, in. It literally is a 3D Factorio. Okay, yeah, no, I want that in my life.
I mean, just this trailer alone has possibly put this in second place for shows so far. Oh.
Oh, spiders, I'm out.
You know, more head crabby, but yeah. It's doing so well. I mean, this is PC gaming show, we can mod them out.
True.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the game director at Coffee Stain Studios. It's Oscar Gilsayan.
So when did the PC gaming show be alright?
Oscar, welcome to the stage. Thanks for joining us today.
Thank you.
Now, Oscar, I just want to begin right away by asking, what is Satisfactory all about?
Satisfactory is essentially about building these huge automated factories. So you play as an engineer that's been sent from Earth to this alien planet, and you're going to build this enormous machine. It was hinted at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need a whole ton of parts, which you need to build machines that will make them for you. So you'll start out pretty simple with a few machines.
Yeah.
And then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of what producing a more advanced resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, your wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some
I do
oil.
feel like it should be
You
Big
need to go
Yellow
out
Taxi
and
the
find this
game.
oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries. And
With
set up,
Jodie Mitchell playing.
Transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous.
I love that building.
Part, which will probably be the biggest, will start
flying
scaling more
thing
and more.
that lands
Or
in
some
that
cases,
slot.
we'll have players just building these
Ticks so many of
massive,
my
tall
Thunderbirds.
Satisfactory it is.
But including the resources that you need to gather from basically
That is
all
also
around
a great
the map.
name.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all
No,
over.
it's satisfactory.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person
Okay.
perspective because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
We wanted it to feel like the player's the one building the stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know, when you've built a bunch of stuff, you can see these enormous buildings.
My only issue with this would be, with Factorio, if there's a mistake, you zoom out, look at everything, and then see the problem, and it's normally Mr. Semicolon or something.
I mean,
Whereas
in the
this, you'd have to go
trailer,
and
it
check
looked
it
like
by
there's
yourself.
a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah.
Yeah. The map is. We made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30 square kilometers in size, so it's kind of enormous.
Wow. You know, one final question. I saw multiple engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
So we got a closed alpha planned in the coming months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com.
Matt, give me a code, because you're wrong about what stream I was on.
Thanks for joining me on stage once again. That is Satisfactory.
As soon as he said that, I knew that was the next line coming from you.
Frankie, I understand you have our very first indie title of the day.
We do indeed,
That's not an
Sean.
indie title.
Because here's something we love about the PC platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small teams. NerdCubed is an emotional survival game set in the future about gig labor, tech disruption, and the experience of being a driver for hire. Perhaps the last of your kind. From the brand new indie studio Chance Agency, let's watch the first gameplay trailer for NerdCubed.
World exclusive. That needs a voiceover. I feel like I have to add it every time. Antigone NerdCubed's still around. First time human driver. Everyone's with us yet. I'm around at least.
I remember going faster in Crazy Taxi.
That looks interesting and weird. I like it.
Yeah, it looks like it might be going down
Our
that
next game,
lots of
believe
paths
it or
and
not,
small
is in the
choices
Battle
having
Royale
big
genre.
decisions.
Of course, it's E3 2018. What do you expect? We have several Battle Royale games we're going to be talking about today because the Battle Royale format is
I've
very
seen way
simple,
more Battle
very
Royale
flexible. Players
game
play
jokes
in an ever
than
shrinking
actual
space
Battle
until there's
Royale
one
games.
last standing. So developers have already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up to 1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Maverick's Proving Grounds.
1,000, you say? World exclusive.
Spock!
Rico! I enjoy that every Battle Royale game that comes out, the developers of PlayerUnknown's are going, well, that's another one to sue. Oh, did explode.
Oh, I was so hoping someone was about to kill that sniper.
He might die in a bit. This is how these games work. I feel like this is just like every other Battle Royale game.
Yeah, me too. Also, is it just me or did that grenade not go off?
It wasn't a grenade. It was a can of drink.
It was a soda
It
can.
was just a Fanta. You just threw a Fanta.
Yeah.
That's literally just blurred. If that thing has got a frying pan in it, they're gonna have their arsehole suit off.
Joining me on the stage to talk about Maverick's Proving Grounds is the CEO of Automaton Games. It's James Thompson.
I like that they've so far got like, what if Factorio was 3D? What if... Did he say CEO? He's like 9 years old.
James, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to immediately
In fairness,
ask, what about
it doesn't take much more than 9 years old to use copy and paste.
Other Battle Royale games?
Yeah, well, as you said, it's a very
This
popular
child himself
formula,
was in
and,
the
you know,
Unity
that
Asset
last man
Store.
standing kind of game type is incredibly compelling by
Someone
itself.
find out how old he
but
is, please.
Mavericks is really about depth. You know, we've already talked about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited today to talk about our 5-man squad mode being 1,000 players. But really, it's about depth as well. It's about the fact that that environment is even a bigger step, the simulation and those elements sort of combining together.
Yeah, I want to zoom in right on the 1,000 players aspect. How does that really shift the dynamic from the, say, 100 that we're typically used to?
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation. So the fact that together...
Well, for one thing,
what
you
actually
have to
is
wait a
about
lot longer
making
for a
different
match to start.
decisions, offering a lot more
You've
information.
really got to fill that shit
You
in.
hinted at that twice now. Like, what do you mean by there's a lot more information in the environment for players to process?
So take a concrete example.
Dude, just
right?
a little bit of
let's
looking
say
towards the
players
camera.
walking through the map, they'll be leaving footprints, they'll be displacing foliage, like
Oh,
grass
okay.
bending. But you know, siege-style gameplay in houses,
Camera.
that's like a lot of
Over here.
construction systems that
Yeah.
sort of together make the map.
Yeah, there's
much more of a dynamic.
I like his
environment.
Star
recent
Trek
history
t-shirt
who
though.
could have been
Oh no, that's the logo of his
You know, I
game,
wanna
isn't it?
ask about what
Man,
might
I
be in
think so.
store for
Nicked
Maverick's
everything.
Playgrounds. I understand that this has a lot more out-game features than someone might expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay. You enter the game through the capital, which is our sort of persistent social hub. So we draw from the MMORPG side of things. It's really it's a full world, not just.
Oh my god, this is like one of
you know,
those games
so
that
it's
tries
got
to do
a
everything and
consistent
then does
gameplay side to it
nothing
too. But
well
really
at
it's about
all.
bringing this all together into something which makes a much richer MMO experience.
It's No Man's Skies Royale.
To find out more.
Well, we've just launched our
No
site
Man's
right now,
Royale.
so if you're interested in signing up for the closed beta, you can do
Beta.
that now at mavericks.gg/closed-beta.
Beta.
And actually, if you register this week, you'll get special in-game content for free from E3.
Oh, awesome.
And we have only 100,000 slots for the first group signing up. So
Wow,
that'll
100
give you some
matches.
beta access, but
Cool.
I'm sure there are a lot more people than that on the stream, so quickly do that if you're interested in.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us. Once again, that's Maverick.gg. Our very next game helps showcase the extraordinary power of modders. Frankie, tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean. On PC, we don't just play what's given to us. We mod games to make our own experiences. And for many developers, modding is a way to turn a hobby into a career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact, the first mod in history to win a National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever, here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
World exclusive. It'd be great if it comes up. Oh no, we forgot it. Just didn't bring it along.
Didn't they say this already won awards?
The mod did. This is like when they made Stanley Parable into a full game, I assume.
Oh, okay.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, that you'll suffer the same fate I did. I've spent a lifetime in this place. An ancient underground city. Its existence long forgotten.
Shuburina.
Searching for a way out. All I found is a window into the past. If even one person here commits a sin, everyone will die. I tried to set things right, but whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back, investigate, talk to everyone, help them out if it'll win their trust. Bend the rules as far as you can. Figure out who's responsible for this.
That guy.
And maybe you can do what I never could. Save these people. Save yourself.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Oh my god, it's Ultron. Cool. That was
I mean,
Available on the PC gaming show.
It did look like a nice idea. I don't like first-person
an unannounced game
viewpoint,
from
but
Tripwire Interactive.
ignoring that.
And now your host, Sean Plott.
Sean Plott.
Our next game is a blast from the past. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardoc's Star Control Origins.
Long ago, the Singularity formed, its creators uplifted into something beyond our understanding. These beings, now known as the Lexites, left Earth, traveling to multiple planets in our solar system. Before
I love the way it's bouncing off the planets.
This is why we are here.
We shouldn't have made the spaceship out of rubber, sir.
Star Control, a state-of-the-art international space
That's not how
agency
slingshotting
tasked
works.
with the exploration of our solar system and the defense of Earth. Here reside the world's brightest minds and greatest technology, brought together by a strong curiosity to discover the unknown. Help us pioneer the future. Join today.
The problem with discovering the unknown is once you discovered it, it's not the unknown anymore. It's just like more stuff.
Yeah.
It's like the worst. The amount of times I discover the unknown, I'm like,
the
oh,
construction
now I
of
know
our
this.
new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission.
When did this
it's
become
the
The Sims?
fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of the Taiwan. The Scribe have evidently received traces of your radio broadcasts themselves.
Thousands of planets. Ah, it's so small. Yeah. Where's spiders, dude?
Yeah, this doesn't quite do it for me. Also, the sliders do not help me.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
Star Control. Yeah, it kind of looks a bit like Sword.
Joining me to talk about Star Control is the
Does a
director
little
of
bit.
production
Can they do
of
Sins of
Stardust,
Solar Empire, I
Patrick
believe,
Shaw.
which
Thanks
is
for
the
joining me on
shit.
stage today, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So now just tell us straight up, what is Star Control all about?
So Star Control is an open universe action RPG. You can visit dozens of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of different unique planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around the planets, you can jump over canyons, blast critters, and then you can venture out into the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask, since I know that the story is a big part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the story that we prepared for Star Control. It's funny, it's creative, but also has some dark, sinister side to it. However, what we're very proud and very excited about is we have an infinite universe. That is, we are fully simulating the entire universe at all times. So even if you're on some podunk little moon in the corner of the universe, the aliens are still moving around the universe, doing their own thing, exploring and interacting with each
we've
other.
simulated
So
the
it's
entire
not
universe.
just like at a planet, there's the same town whenever you visit it. It depends on how the simulation has driven it forward.
Right, exactly.
Just
so this is the
sounds
infinite
like you're going to
universe
get
is the glue
huge
that connects
lag
my
problems.
story, my adventure to the larger open galaxy.
That's awesome. Now, I know modding is
an
going to be a big
action
part of
RPG,
Star
that's
Control
not really a
Origins. How does modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Star Trek.
Probably Firefly.
Yeah,
You
so
fucking
what would
idiot.
You think of making Firefly season 2?
Shit, that's a lot of pressure, Patrick. Well, you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We have a week to do it, so. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can
And
take care of
infringe
Firefly
all
season 2. That's
that
up to you.
copyright.
Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat, and that turned out to be so popular in our early testing. They're like, we should make this a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you can create your own ships. You build them out of different pieces and parts. You attach different weapons and
That
defenses,
sounds a little
and then
bit
you
like
go
they
online
removed the
to
one
play.
thing
You
that
can play
people
local
enjoyed.
multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine, or online, ranked or online.
People were enjoying
Where can
this, so
people
let's
go
take
to
it
pick
out
up
of our
Star
game
Control
and put it in
Origins?
somewhere
Well, right now,
else.
Star Control Origins is available for pre-order on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely.
Pre-order.
Guys, definitely be sure to head over to starcontrolgame.com and check them out on Steam and GOG as well.
And
I feel like they need to still get a little bit faster.
Star Control Origins is launching on September 20th,
Ooh.
2018.
Look for it on September 20th.
I'm trying to
I still think they need to get a little bit faster at the interview section.
Yes.
Favorite game from E3 last year. It is Hunt Showdown from Crytek. Let's take a look at what's coming for Hunt Showdown just after E3.
Never heard of it.
Nope, me neither. But it's from Crytek, so that's probably why. They don't exactly make my games.
They make shooty bang games for the shooty bangs amongst us all.
Oh look, it's a shitty bang game. That was a surprise.
The shootiest, bangiest. Throwing knife. Alright, you got throwing knives, guys. Hashtag. You got throwing knives. Oh, that was a big thing. Oh, you're not fine. Hentai attack! There's a game about being attacked by hentai.
I am here with Guy from Skydance, who's here to tell me why fighting in massive mech suits is not about to go out of fashion anytime soon.
All
Guy,
the nerds
now,
are still alive.
Hellfire, in fact, sorry, Archangel was originally a single-player narrative game, but Hellfire, this new edition, what changes?
It's not going to go out of fashion because we're never actually going to do it.
Single-player narrative. But they
That's
also
normally what kills it off.
Yeah.
We really want it multiplayer, and we want it off rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something really special. We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs, tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike.
It's attached to a mech.
And it's
Tons
really
of
just
weapons.
an amazing
Like
experience.
3.
You can zip around in your mech. You can
Just
tower over
3
others.
weapons.
It's just something special that I
And
think
when
you can try right now.
Someone said Satisfactory has an arachnophobia mode that turns the spiders into cute cats. Is that true? Because honestly, I'm going to buy that now.
July 17th. But you can try it right now if you want an early access. Help us iron out the kinks.
I really hope
and
it is.
break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at
Right,
things
formats.
people at home can see, Guy, but as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light
Oh,
mech
she's a
wingman,
mech.
and
Cool. I
that's
wonder
what
what the silver bit at the bottom of Half is
take
for.
a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
She's actually as tall as everyone else. She's just standing on the floor, but just massive. She's already crushed the post guy twice. 3 destructible maps. She said 4 lines.
One of them got destroyed.
No, no. Yeah, they don't know how
They only once.
Yeah. They're right only. Oh, 13 weapons. Tons of weapons is 13. Nice.
Yeah, well, they weigh a ton.
Our next title is one I've been looking forward to for quite some time. It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful look.
Oh my god, Arthur Conan Doyle's on the stage.
It's called The Sinking City, and joining me to talk about it is the community manager at Frogwares, Sergey Oganessian. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Yeah, you've earned a handshake.
Yeah, you
Welcome
nailed
to
that
the stage.
pronunciation.
Someone's
going
to shake his hand.
me so kindly. You know, I want to ask right away, The Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world third-person type games. What makes The Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open-world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these 3 elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be a detective in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery,
developer,
and, you know, cosmic fear,
I swear, is getting smaller and smaller compared to the host.
Are really at the core of The Sinking City.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
Maybe he's actually sinking just to sell his game premise a little bit more.
Yeah, but you say
it's a clever hook. I like it.
What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that we're not going to offer any hand-holding for the player.
No,
we will
that's
not
just
give you
camera
any clear
angle.
objectives in your diary, or
He might just shrink as it goes on.
You where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues.
It's an impressive skill.
Like people
Yeah,
to talk
just-
to,
do you think he acquired that skills. Like, hey, look, I can shrink. I'm basically like a really slow Ant-Man.
Yeah, that's what he is. He's like glacially slow Ant-Man.
You should also know is that finding these clues.
You know, what can I do? Let's make a game and call it Sinking.
Get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe.
I'll be the first one to make that joke.
You know, you mentioned the world itself. I mean, the
what
footage
will
that
happen
I've seen
here?
through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game takes place in this fictional city of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. You know, the city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster going on, which has claimed like thousands of lives. And also, like, it seems like it awakened frightening monsters, which now roam the streets of Oakmont.
Always awakened frightening monsters when
that live in the city, they are very different. Different social classes, gangs, cultists, poor people, rich people. But they are all united by fear. You know, they're all afraid, maybe except for the cultists, of course. They're all afraid that, you know, for their lives. Because of the flood, because of the monsters.
Even though that's not a spider, it's definitely triggering my arachnophobia.
You were about to say spider reflex, weren't you? Your spidey sense.
Nobody's afraid, nobody wants to leave. But this is kind of a different story.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've talked a little bit about the story world and how it's inspired by Lovecraft. What about the game mechanics? You've mentioned the sanity mechanic in the past.
Indeed, we do have a sanity mechanic which directly impacts gameplay. You know, when our hero is under a lot of stress, when he sees like something supernatural, something disturbing, or even when he's making choices in the story which he's not comfortable with making, you know, he will begin to lose his sanity. He will start to have hallucinations, he will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, you know, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for this sweet spot between impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost out of time, I still just have to ask, what are the sweet monsters that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have different kinds of monsters. We have different kinds of archetypes, you know, with different abilities. And, you know, we actually give you tools. The game is not about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game.
I mean,
but we give you tools to defend yourself. So we give you weapons, we give you skills, we give you even certain, like, traps. In return, we ask you that you make a decision, because the game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more information?
So if you're hungry for more, you can always follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. This is where we post our updates regularly. Facebook, The Sinking City Game, YouTube, Frogwares. So go there, and like this is definitely the place.
This is what happens when you go on a diet. Suddenly you need to be hungry for more information about video games based on Cthulhu.
Yep. I'm super hungry.
Now, our next game
is
a PC title that has only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store. Frankie is up on the balcony with the developers of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Well, we all know the PC is home to some of the most devoted communities in gaming, and one of the best undoubtedly belongs to Warframe. Last year, the game got its first open-world update, Plains of Eidolon, and the next epic cinematic quest.
I spent some time considering whether or not I hate her shirt or not. I absolutely hate that shirt.
I like that shirt. What are you chatting about?
I like the foofiness. I just find the cuts coming to the elbow really annoying. Like, it should either go all the way to the shoulder or just to the cuff.
Why am I always streaming people who are talking about t-shirts and shirts and things?
I don't know. Maybe you're the only one who just
doesn't give a fuck.
Doesn't give a fuck. I don't have anything to say about Warframe thing.
Yeah, I've played it.
Megan Everett, community manager at Digital Extremes, joins me now.
Someone asked,
Megan,
well, are you Noel Fielding?
So the Sacrifice is the latest installment
Am I Noel
of
Fielding?
our cinematic quest.
Oh,
it continues
I
the
wish
story
I had
that we
his fashion
started in
sense.
The Second Dream, continued with The War Within, and then Apostasy Prologue. So at the end of last year, we kind of shattered some hearts and left them with a bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch up. But what I can say is that, obviously from the trailer that you saw, the wait for
everybody died.
3-year wait to the Umber Warframe is finally over. The creepy guy at the end of the trailer there, Ballas, plays a pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting.
But I can say the ending of Game of Thrones is
towards TennoCon right now.
Yes, so it's going to be another big year for us, and I'm really excited for it.
I don't know what happened.
The rainbow wedding.
Oh shit! Everybody dies.
TennoCon is all about.
what do you think the mega reveal at 10:00 Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or whatever?
That's a strangely large amount of people for this game.
It was pretty amazing. Like it's
I know that guy. That's the angriest Joe of them all.
Warframe and all this. You got all these other games coming out, but this one's free.
When's 2018 happening?
Free game.
Get it started.
Apparently a thing for that game.
Given that the community,
I don't have time to play games. I gotta watch people watch the, you know,
it must be
watch people play them.
huge
That's
for
the
you
one.
to be at TennoCon.
Play people watching them.
TennoCon
That's a
is
weird
really
thing to do.
special for really everyone that works at Digital Extremes. The developers
You say
pour
that,
their
but
heart
there
and
are
soul into
way
what
too
we do for
many
TennoCon,
YouTuber simulators.
I know
There
for me
are,
it was
and none of
literally
them
like the best day
get
of my
good.
quite
career.
in
I know
to
Rebecca,
how
our
horrible
community
it can
director at
really
home,
be.
was watching. But last year when we
That
did
was
Play
what
the
our
Vanilla,
one
you
failed.
know, open world
Yeah,
expansion
we
reveal,
built one of the games we built
Rev
was
and
the
I were
YouTuber
actually
simulator, and as we
doing
built it, we were
live
like, oh, this just
demonstration in
isn't
front of
fun.
everyone, and we had practiced it
Like, it's either
months,
accurate or
and
not
it
fun,
went
or
as flawlessly
non-accurate,
as
so
we
what's the
could have
fucking
ever
point?
hoped for. And we actually, like,
Well,
as people were cheering, it's
my
pretty fun
favorite
on
part
stage. Rev
was
and I
the
look at each other and we
we
just
were
kind
going to
of
do a
fist bump,
twist
both start
ending where at the
crying
end
because we
you
did
sort of
demonstration.
if
So
everyone in the
if
world
you
follows
watch-
you, you become
If you watch
president.
TennoCon Live this year, if you're there,
And then
you
you
can
have no
definitely
skills to be
probably
president and the whole
count on
world
some
fell
tears
apart.
and some emotions, 'cause
But then
it's
that
supposed to
happened.
be- and then that happened. It was like, damn it, we
Bring
really
tissues for
needed to have
yourself,
released
for
that
me,
cautionary
for everyone
tale
involved,
so
'cause
that
there will be some tears
people knew
If you can't get
Oh,
to
well.
TennoCon because unfortunately it
that
is
this was a
sold
bad
out, how can you
idea.
watch it online?
So
Apparently
on
it's- God, they've sold out.
Warframe, you can definitely check it out. And PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their Facebook.
That was a
and
lot of
Twitter, and
talking
you get
about
free
something
stuff by
that's
watching
already
Twitch.
sold out.
You do. So if you want to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, and all you have to do is watch and you get some free stuff.
Fantastic. So
I'm
that's
not
happening from
opposed to
July 7th, and you'll be able to
Warframe
watch
turning
TennoCon
up and
live
showing
on
off their
PC
trailer,
Gamer's
but
Twitch
that
channel
was a
and
lot of
Facebook page.
talk.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Auntie Megs. Sean, it's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie. And
For a
thank
game
you,
that's just
Warframe.
getting new DLC.
The next name is
Yep.
one I grew up with, Sega. They've become a
Sega.
prolific publisher of Japanese games known for their fully featured ports, especially beloved by this guy on the left.
That's you right.
Sega's bringing shining resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts of
called
games
Shenmue?
coming up. Let's take a look at what Sega's got in store.
That's just Shimui. Also, there's like the new Sonic Racing game. Puyo Pop! Don't give a fuck. Show me Sonic. Give me some tasty Sonic. Give me some Mighty. Give me some Ray.
Thing is, if they're converting Dreamcast games to PC, I'm very happy.
Yeah, because you're going to get your
There's
parrot
a
game
lot of great Dreamcast games.
Yeah. I want to get the... You know, I'd like to play Shimui again. I don't know, it's very slow, if I'm rightly.
Super Magnetic Neo.
Yes.
I definitely need.
That was an inappropriate cut right there.
Yes, it was.
I wasn't happy with the way they cut that. Yakuza Kiwami. Tanks for the memory.
Valkyria Chronicles, isn't it?
I'm gonna say yes, just so people appreciate that I have some knowledge. But God. Yes, I knew that. So Dave the Dolphin says, my eyes have gone weird from watching this stream for too long. Mine too, mate. Seeing all these colours. Oh, I can play Outrun in Yakuza. It's like, yeah, why not? Yakuza 0! Oh, Yakuza 0 is going to PC! Awesome! It's PS4 exclusive mode, isn't it? I like Yakuza 0.
Yakuza 0 is available for pre-order right now and will be releasing on Steam in early August. We hope you've been enjoying the show thus far. We have so much more great stuff to come. Let's see what's coming up at this year's PC Gaming Show.
This is the PC Gaming Show. Don't trailer the thing we're watching.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show.
It was like when EA, not EA. Yes, no, it was EA who started off and said, "This is everything we're going to talk about." It was like,
The Walking
why
Dead.
were you telling me all
And
that?
now your host, Sean Platt.
Well, there's more Sean.
And I'm back.
Thanks. Coming back.
Our next guest is a regular here at the PC Gaming
didn't
Show.
really go
having
anywhere.
attended all 4
Just
years.
stood there.
Frankie's with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a while. And I personally
Well, like,
can't
get
think of
off
a better
steam,
way
am
to
I
do
right?
it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier.
I was really hoping that was going to be an introduction to good old games.
In a job.
Aww.
With
Need
that
to
in
let
mind,
off some
I am
steam.
thrilled to welcome Phil Munson, Killing Floor 2
Oh, Gabe Newell.
back to E3.
Oh, Gabe Newell.
Thank you for having me.
Got a lot of fans in the audience,
yeah,
Phil.
yeah.
Listen to that applause. They all want to know what the latest from Tripwire and Killing Floor 2 is.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor, and we got 4 major updates that are coming out this year. The first one we dropped in March, and we're getting ready to drop the next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow, Bill. What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing circus freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really
the amount
cool
of times people
new
mix
system that we're adding.
steampunk
It's
and
called the
circus
Weapon
freaks
Upgrade
in
System.
dull, boring,
And with this,
predictable
there's
ways.
73 different weapons that we have in our
God,
game.
the games
and
I
each
could
one
list
you can,
off.
upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Bill. Let's take a look at the trailer for Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
Nailed it. World.
Both of those messed up with that. Like, he forgot to mention when Mom's coming out. It's like, it's coming out soon. She's like, it's coming out tomorrow.
He's like, tomorrow, shit, and just runs off.
Welcome aboard the HMS Queen Victoria, ladies and gents. Ringleader Lockhart speaking to you from, well, someplace very safe, yes. You helped me escape that fray at my beloved Steamland, but now I need your help once again. I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, of daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed. Oh, poor me. My mechanical children have turned against me. Blasted traitors. Careful, lads. They're tough. Even removing the head will put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. 4 barrels are better than 2. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets. And the M99 Sniper Rifle.
A lot of people like this.
And finally, there's a last-minute addition to the crew.
What's this woman go?
Yeah.
Seems Mrs. Foster negotiated her way on board and is set on giving Zed
You won't like me angry.
the business. And remember, we'll see you on the airship.
Fossey, joke for you. Optician says my eyes are okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw will be available tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely check it out with Killing Floor 2. But that's not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have the traditional publishing deals. So we're giving developers fair deals. We're going to be helping them rise above that noise so they can get noticed. And because of our experience developing our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing, funding, mentoring, feedback to help them succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we have on screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right. I'm happy to announce that we're going to be publishing Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them grow and succeed even more on Steam. but also bring the franchise beyond
I thought
Steam.
they took Daredevil off of
Today
Steam.
you have a world exclusive new game, hasn't been announced yet.
do.
I said
knows.
Daredevil, and I
Exclusive.
totally
We're
meant
giving you a little bit of a
I was about to say.
Yeah, so we're working
With
with
the red and
team
black
at Blindside
leather.
Games, and
People
they're
dying
led
on
by Alex
motorbikes.
Quick. Oh, yeah,
Exactly,
So
right.
if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other, very, very successful. And now it's come full circle. We're working with Alex again, and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
World XXXX exclusive. That was a good one. I like that one.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
And
I liked
imagine a
it too.
place where
Okay.
the sun is bright and the beaches are wide. A place filled with southern charm.
Okay,
Where
I'm
the
imagining
water
it.
is as warm as the welcome.
I can hear all this
Come
thing.
feel the wind in your sails. Kick
Sounds
back
lovely.
and relax.
Music's
Enjoy
This is a
the
rubbish
local
trailer.
cuisine.
It's all black.
Your dream
Yeah, I
Close
vacation
my eyes
is
at the
waiting
beginning.
for you.
You can't
Me
see any of
too.
it.
Hang on, open my eyes again. Oh, Jesus, this wasn't what I was imagining at all. There's a big shark eating everyone. Oh my god, I hope they're remaking that Jaws Unleashed PS2 game.
Go to maneatergame.com
I think
now
that is what
to
they're
book your
going for.
vacation. Operators are standing by.
So,
I
hey,
mean, it was a
John,
bit
so you
ambiguous
get to
whether or not
play
you
as the
played the shark or
You are
people.
the shark.
You are the shark.
This
Oh,
is
excellent.
an open world action RPG where you play as a shark, or as we like to call it, a shark PG.
Oh, nice. Okay,
Oh my god, he's literally Jaws Unleashed.
so do you like upgrade and improve the shark? Is there like skill trees?
You do. There is a shark skill tree. Really?
Skill Reef. Skill Reef.
There is a full single player campaign. You eat your way through it. You get bigger teeth. You can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers and all of that fun stuff.
I didn't realize this was a power fantasy I needed so badly. Now, where can people go to get more information about it?
Play
Go to
Jaws Unleashed on the PS2.
maneatergames.com.
It is literally
All
that.
right.
That was
doubt
my
anyone
thought.
will forget that here. That's maneatergame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once
My
again,
pleasure.
all the content that Tripwire showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road Redemption will be playable here at E3. Definitely be sure to check it out. Coming up next, Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games. Frankie.
Ooh.
Cheers, Sean. Man-eater looking tasty there. And I can't believe they named a game after my favourite weekend activity. Indies are at the heart of PC
Wow.
gaming, and next
I
up
don't
is
like
a
your
brand
top
new
anymore.
publisher revealing 3 games for the very first time, releasing one of them, Behave Yourselves audience, today. So let's take a look.
Oh, guy fucked up the back. Hi. We're Untitled Publisher. Ah, hi, Untitled Publisher. Publishers are boring. They are.
I suppose it depends on the publisher.
Yeah.
I mean, we are currently sitting down watching lots of press conferences, predominantly created by publishers.
Yep. Oh, look, games. Right now, One Game Railway.
Oh,
Show me some stuff. World exclusive. Do. Fight. Ooh, turn-based combat thing.
I really like the art style.
It was pretty cute.
And then I realised there was no animation.
Yeah.
And it went down a little bit.
Oh, please let this be the game that I've been wanting. The game about the big hole that vanished.
Donut County.
That's the one. Or is this that Swan game? Or is this a game about turnips? Oh, Turnip Simulator. I love Turnip.
Please let this be Blackadder.
Don't worry, I've got a cunning plan. Morning Star. Literally no idea what that game is even slightly about.
Yeah.
Right. Boop, boop.
You know, when it said warning, and I honestly had no idea what it was warning me of? Turns out it was scorpions.
Yep, lots and lots of scorpions. If you ever see a warning that says warning scorpions, probably leave.
Yeah.
Run. Duty bang. I do like something.
I like pixel art, but this... It's just the main character that I struggle with. There's just not enough detail there.
Boom, right there. Overwhelmed game.
All these games look like must-plays. And Overwhelmed, the final game of the bunch, is available on Steam right now with a special launch discount. So make sure you check that out after the show. And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give Overwhelmed a try. Right, next up, it's time for us all to take a holiday, and where better than a virtual resort with some truly spectacular wildlife. Back again this year, our friends of the show, Frontier.
That's the Shark Island. We've already seen that one.
The park management genre.
Oh my god.
I am, of course,
Oh my God.
talking about Jurassic World Evolution. The long-awaited game is out tomorrow and lets you build your own dinosaur-stuffed tourist trap.
And my video on it started today.
Wrong. Unleash the Goldblum!
Okay, good. Mild blood.
You think that things are going to turn out differently, huh? Well, the ones before you did too. Because they believed that they were in control. And control... Well, here's the thing. Humanity is desperate for it. We are seduced by it. Deceived by the illusion of it. But we never really possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us, it's that nature is on its own course. And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them.
My park's really pretty and everyone has a
what
great
makes
time.
us such unique creatures is knowing the scope and power of what we're up against and still believing that we can win.
Also, that's not really what chaos theory is about.
I know.
I know, however, what I would predict.
Sorry, that was the John hat, wasn't it?
Jurassic World.
I am so excited for that game. Our next title is from Insomniac, who've been making amazing games for years,
Wait,
and they're going to
Insomniac
try to
making a
take their
game?
expertise and answer the question, how do you make an open world game in VR? Let's take a look at their
What?
upcoming game, Stormland.
I can't remember if I knew about this. I did. This announced a few days ago.
Ah, I didn't see it.
You play as a gardener.
A gardener. I don't feel like I'm gardening anymore. What? You lied to me.
I said you play as a gardener. I didn't say you do gardening.
Why?
It's more. I've forgotten the name of that film now. The one where the robots in the forest and they go off into space.
Iron Giant?
No.
Wall-E? Wall-I? Short circuit. I said short circuit. Well, I said number 5. Oh, physics jumping is my favorite thing to do in VR. Wobble, 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 wobble. I mean, it's not randomly warp teleporting everywhere, so I don't know how this is supposed to be in VR, but...
Yeah, I had the same thought. It's like, you're a character with rockets on your feet. It's like, cool. Does it come with a free stick bag attachment? Oh, silent running.
I've heard of silent running. I've heard of cool running, but that wasn't about robots, that was about Jamaicans.
Silent running is about a spaceship with the last forest on Earth and a pair of robots.
How neat.
It's one of those weird, like, 70s, 80s films.
Ah, one of those weird 80s. There's
Joining
only
me
a few
to talk about
80s films that were weird.
Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad Desern.
Dan, ask who he is.
Hey,
what,
Chad,
mate?
welcome to the stage.
Mate,
Thank you. I want to start right away and ask, what is this game all about?
Well, in Stormland, you play as an android gardener, and an entity called the Tempest
See, told
your
you.
habitat and shatters your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely.
The way he's kind of like grabbing on stuff and flinging himself was really fun. It's like
Yeah.
that thing that I love to do in...
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
It's massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating.
Yeah.
And you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
I'm curious why VR for this type of title?
There are a series of things that we're doing with Stormland that we could only do in VR. It's about the expressiveness of having tracked head and hands and how we use that for combat, how we use it for movement. Even things like scavenging technology to attach it to your body. Like you look down, you get a new piece of tech, and you attach it right into your arm, and then suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself, or all kinds of different cool android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever-changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week, so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement and combat and scavenging, and you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech to scout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, where can we go for more information?
Well, you can stay tuned by watching the Facebook and Twitter with at Stormland VR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad. Once again, Oculus.com/Stormland.
It is nice to see
a big
VR, which isn't.
Gorgeous looking indie title.
They did also do a horror game.
Insomniac.
It's nice to see a non-horror
a
game.
detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself drawn into a world of crime. Sacré Roddy Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a ride with the trailer.
Okay.
World exclusive.
I feel like we've had quite a few cabbie games.
What, today? PC gamers,
Yeah.
they just fucking love driving people places. Hey, bonjour. Welcome to Paris. Going to the house. The chateau. I didn't know they had taxis before Christ. Loads of people in the back. This is literally, oh my god, 2 taxi-based mysterious people in your taxis games. Oh my god, this isn't.
Yeah.
This is in. What? We've got 2.
And they're both this sort of dark art style as well.
Yeah. Oh god, imagine that imagine if you were that one and the show starts with another one that just looks exactly like yours. You're like, oh, fuck.
Honestly, the first one did look better.
If you like that last game, you'll definitely love our next one. It's from the exact same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style. Let's take a look at Sable.
Fable? It's a lot of taxis. Hey, can I cover your homework? Oh, this looks awesome.
Oh, this was in the Microsoft conference and I forgot to check it out. This does look amazing.
I mean, I know it's going to be nice, but yeah. It looks very motion-y.
It feels like a French comic.
Yeah. We've had a few little demos and things that looked quite a lot like this.
Also, just like the natural landscape and the setting feels very French comic-y as well.
Made the bubble bomb noise, I'm sorry. Understand it. Sable.
Joining me to talk about Sable is pretty much the entire core development team on stage. It's Daniel Feinberg and Greg Kithriotis. I want to immediately ask, what kind of game is Sable? What can we expect?
Sable is an open-world desert exploration.
That's a good question.
It's not a game about combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration. You play as Sable, a girl leaving her home to explore this world filled with monumental architecture, fallen spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hoverbike learning about the people, the culture, and the history of this world.
And I talked about it before. I think this art style is amazing. Where's the origins of this?
So we were really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics.
Oh, there you go, Mr. Fanner.
Japanese animation, particularly Studio Ghibli. So we really want to feel our players to feel the same sense of wonder that you get from watching one of their films. And so from the very beginning, we knew that we really needed to nail the
Well, it's just
And yeah, so we put a lot of
For
time.
me, I love French
into
comic books,
our
so they don't have all the
rendering
franchise
system,
stuff.
and yeah, we're really pleased to be able to
You
show
go
it
through
to
the
everyone.
Marvel system, and suddenly it's
I know
like,
that YouTube
oh, you need to have
consists
read
of
a
most of
billion
core
comics to
development,
understand
the
this.
art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, the T-shirt. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
right.
so she, Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack
What's
for the
Japanese
game.
breakfast? Is it just
Japanese
like
breakfast is one
sushi?
of my
I ate
favourite
sushi
bands
for
right now.
breakfast a bit too
It's
much, I
incredible
think.
to have
Well,
that on
it
board.
all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find
I feel
more?
like
So they can go to our Twitter
Japanese
account,
breakfast
Shedwick
to
Swag,
me
Shedwick
sounds
Swag,
like
to Sable
some
Lovely gentlemen.
weird
Thanks so much for
sex
joining me.
move
Once
that you
again, the
don't
name of
quite
the game
know
is
about.
Sable. Our next title
It's the
is
sex
one
moves
that
you
has
bring
been
up when
in
you don't have any
development,
sex moves
even
left, when
showing
you're
up in a
discussing
very
the best
PC
sex moves. You're like,
gaming
oh
show.
yeah,
It's Cloud Imperium
the Japanese
Games still hard at
breakfast.
work on their title.
Yeah.
And you hope
Star
they don't ask.
Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
What, you did this world exclusive? Give us some beans.
World exclusive.
Loved it.
Thank you.
Loved it.
There we go. That should be my next job, voice actor.
Oh, that's space. Yeah, you could be a voice actor for things without a voice. All footage captured in engine. Ah.
Considering this game has got like alphas out and was kickstarted, what's the definition of a world exclusive? Like,
no one's seen this tiny bit of trailer footage before. Is it
Yeah.
Star Citizen?
yeah,
Oh, okay. That
Like-
makes sense.
looking at it, you know when you're there going, is every single one of your videos a world exclusive? That's a nice helmet.
Don't need that very often, do you? Apart from in the showers. Excuse me, sir. I just have to. Just have to compliment you. My universe is waiting. Oh shit! There's an update to the alpha coming
Coming up
soon.
on the PC Gaming Show. All new gameplay footage of Just Cause 4.
Yeah.
A closer look at The Walking Dead, the final season. All new gameplay footage of Hitman. And
Oh,
now
shit.
your host, Sean Plott.
Why on earth is there more Just Cause footage?
Because
when-
there's so
Each year at the
fucking much
PC
of it.
Gaming
They-
Show, in addition to talking about
I've got
games,
15
we're also
minutes
gonna
of it
talk
coming.
about
They
some of the
didn't put
upcoming
very much of
hardware
it
trends.
in their
To join me and
actual
talk
press
about it
conference.
is the senior brand manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for
Hey,
joining me.
sir.
up
This
here,
is the bit
Eric.
where they talk
Sean,
about
really excited to be
stuff.
here.
Now, I just want to straight up ask
somewhere
what
they
are
talk
some of
with
the
their
big trends
sponsor.
that consumers can be
I
expecting.
enjoy it when people are like, "We're
Well,
really
right
happy
now
to be
we're
here." I'm like,
developing
"Really?"
some new products, particularly in the display space. We want to take the
display
experience to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display. For instance, it's 4K and 120 hertz refresh. The users can overclock to 144. But what really takes it over to the next level is the inclusion of G-Sync HDR.
Yeah, now I hear a lot about HDR. Can you explain a little more in detail what that is and what
Colors
that
are
means?
prettier.
Well, there's quite a bit that
Literally
goes
it.
into it, but for the purpose of this conversation, the fact that there are 384 individual backlit zones, so the backlighting can be individually controlled, really bright, very dark. It makes a better contrast on screen. Each of them are individually controlled. The brightness of the screen is far above a typical display. Typical, you're looking at 300 to 400 nits.
Right.
We're looking at
Displays.
600 with the Predator X27 with a max of 1,000 nits.
And you know, some of the titles that were showcased just now, there's a wide variety of some photorealistic, some with a really iconic art style. How does HDR contribute to that big range we see in gaming?
Well, one of the big things that helps is the color gamut that's available with these displays. We're able to do 99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you see on screen that support HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, Ni no Kuni 2.
All these
Again, you won't see them in
exceptional
HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stream it to you. But, you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers tend to have a huge range of possible budgets. What are the different sort of products to look for at those price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high-performance esports products or multi-view, surround, multi-display products.
Just say it. Just say if you're a millennial, there's no way you can afford this.
We put our engineers to the test. What can you do if you have no limit?
If you own a house,
one of the projects we've worked on is something called Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screen laptop with a mechanical keyboard and 2 graphics cards. Science, materials. We did a really good thing. But you know what? To be serious, not just to joke, we actually have to ship this with a Pelican case to protect the laptop, and it sells for $9,000. And we sold every single unit we could make. So we cover every spectrum of gaming.
You know, you brought up this Predator laptop, you brought up the Predator monitors at the start of this segment. Where can people go
if it comes with a Pelican case, doesn't that stop it from actually being, you know,
a laptop? I'd like to point out, I think that's the one that they brought Just Cause to me on.
A few have already sold out of this new
and it was a big boy. That was a big boy.
Again soon. Well, thank you so much for joining me on stage, Eric. Frankie is awaiting in the balcony with our very next title.
The PC has always been the platform for crazy ideas. In our next game, Genesis Alpha 1, you build and manage a space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe.
So when are the new ideas?
And you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy, splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office. Let's take a look.
I want to play.
Greetings,
Someone just
Commander.
re-released Heads. That's all I want.
You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms.
Finally found boring new life form.
Feel free to experiment with DNA.
I mean, didn't they say they were going for crazy ideas?
Yeah.
Ready your weapons.
I mean, you can just make something to slug people.
The splicing is possibly the only one of those ideas that seems original. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look away for a bit.
Just head crabs, the head crabbening. Oh, look, this is a big thing. Oh shit, it's already out. 9th of the 4th, it came out ages ago.
Now, if
Team
you didn't catch the
17?
pre-show quiz,
Yeah, they
you
make a lot of
might
shit.
be wondering who my
Okay.
buddy is. Well,
That's the duck! I
ladies
told you I
and
wasn't kidding about the
gentlemen,
duck!
Is Webster from DadCubed, one of the PC gaming show's sponsors this year.
I really
And
want
he's
that
got
duck
a
to fall
cool
backwards and just fuck
competition
off
for
over
you.
the balcony.
The DadCubed Packs
It's
giveaway.
Alicia Keys.
Oh yes, packed in
Alicia
a gathering of
Keys.
PC and tabletop games.
Alicia
No,
Tyler.
who did I mean?
exhibits
Alicia
and
Tyler.
tournaments.
Who was Alicia
It's like
Keys?
a 4-day
fucking
LAN
know.
party,
Was
festival,
that a performer
workshop,
at some
and
point?
concert rolled into
Maybe,
one.
I
I
don't
don't
know. Chat
The
know. Chat
very
knows
lucky
everything.
winner will enjoy a trip to PAX
crowdsourcing.
West, including 2 tickets and a free
Oh god, I
trip
just
to
remembered
Seattle.
they've got Sony
So
after
if
this.
that's you, hit me up on those dates because
Yeah.
I am free. Webster, my man duck, this is very generous of you indeed. And by entering, guys, you will get a discount code to get your hands on some delicious Drake's cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself, don't forget
I
you
don't
can
want
meet
cake.
Webster in person at the E3 Concourse Walkway,
name was
where
Drake.
he'll be giving away
Why is he
Drake's
called
swag
Webster?
and tasty treats
He's a
all
duck,
week.
not a spider.
So if you see him, give him a fist bump
I
on
think
my
it's
behalf.
webbed
I'll
feet.
take one now. Thank you very
Is
much.
everyone
Webster.
saying that this is John?
So if you have ever dreamt of
Hi, Matt.
spending a weekend knee-deep in one of Earth's best gaming festivals, visit pcgamer.com/Drake's Cakes and enter now for a chance to win and hang out with Webster. All right, Webster, all this hosting has got me a bit peckish. How about we look at a trailer for the next edition of Clay Entertainment's beloved survival
Ooh.
series, Don't Starve, Hamlet.
It's like a dungeon crawling bit. Shave, dude, get your sanity back. Thick Baron. Oh, I like the title, though. Don't starve, Hamlet.
Our next title is the next installment in a series that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the level of delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine in Just Cause 4 can really do.
Show my video. It's the best video. 10 out of 10. Oh, Alpine biome. Here we go. Rainforest biome. Oh, that looks like a tornado in the background. Desert biome.
Yeah, alright, I'll give it to them. That's pretty nice lighting.
That bridge is right at the very start of my video, spoiler alert.
That bridge is awesome. Also, I like how the wingsuit is more triangular now. I always felt the just straight across defied physics a little bit more than I was happy with.
Oh, well, this game doesn't... I'm not going to say anything, but there's a little bit
I know. You're not allowed to...
There's a little bit of...
Joining me.
Physics-defying.
On stage now.
Oh, I'm
from Avalanche
like
Studios.
I said, it's more physics-defying than I was happy with. Like, I'm expecting a lot of it physics-defying in Just Cause.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
All right, let's listen.
So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized.
Yeah.
This means that it's roaming the world, wreaking havoc, and
it's not just like a background piece. It's actually impacting the world before you.
This is Just Cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
You know, throughout the trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of different environments that are available throughout. Can you talk to me about those?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to us with this installment of Just Cause was bringing a lot more variety into the game, and that extends to a lot of things, but certainly the biomes of the game. So instead of one kind of region of, like, say, southern Italy, like we had last time, now you have lush rainforests, deserts, grassland, and even alpine biomes, all of which, you know, are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about, like, the wingsuit and the grappling hooks? Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back.
Good.
But everything is also just better. There's more to do, more to discover. For example, the grappling hook is completely customizable. The combat model has been completely reworked, redesigned, enhanced. So new weapon, new enemies, new AI. We've got extreme weather that interacts with grappling hook and parachute.
The wind that we saw from the tornadoes, is it just like basic wind effects also get incorporated as well?
Again, it's Just Cause, so nothing is just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with your parachute, grappling hook, and the rest. Yeah.
Well, where can people go to get some, we'll call it first-hand footage of what Just Cause 4 can deliver?
They can check it out at justcause.com/E3 for 3 days.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. Starts tomorrow. So June 12th through 14th, you can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us on stage. I look forward to the
I wonder what their first video they're going to show is.
Now, our next title is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday and Payday 2. Therefore, it goes without saying that these studios are some of the most talented makers of cooperative shooters.
You know when they say you can customize everything? I'm going to just put a little bit of detail out there that I say in my video so I know I can say.
Here's the first gameplay footage
you get
Overkill's
to choose what gas goes in your balloons to give you an idea of the customization.
Can it also play the up theme tune every time you attach it?
I may hum that at one point.
Sorry, world exclusive.
Nice, loved it. Yeah, so my video,
So
basically a lot of YouTubers made videos,
husbands and wives,
and I made the best one, so they're putting it on first.
Writers and architects.
Because I'm good at getting a lot of
When the
information
world
across in a
ended,
quick amount of
all
time.
that ended too.
It's almost as if it's my job.
Yeah.
So, yeah, mine's just
Every
I don't
day
know.
we
Okay,
fight
it's
for
'cause
more than
know,
survival. We fight to
it's like my
build
favorite
a new
franchise.
life.
Anyway, here's some zombies.
Yeah.
I suggested a gameplay feature which may get added to the game.
But together,
it's stupid. It's like nothing serious, but it's a stupid thing. So if something happens in the game, I'm taking total credit for it.
And I have more good news.
Good.
For fans of The Walking Dead, Overkill's game for The Walking Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a second completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now. This is Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season. Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead writer, James Windler, and the voice of Clementine herself.
I mean,
Melissa
enough
Hutchison.
that when the Love Actually guy said that he was leaving, lots of people were upset, so...
Yeah, I suppose.
Thanks for joining me on the stage.
I just say that.
I mean, I don't get it
Now,
myself.
ask right away for people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead. In terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company. We focus on narrative. We've had our roots in the old school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel.
Yeah.
And that's all familiar. That should, the choices branch the narrative.
Only good for people who can read quickly enough, though.
Yep.
Like traditionally, like combat and action, we've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalized a zombie there.
Of course.
I mean, that as an idea, I
so
like.
we also have,
The sort of at least being able to make choices while
so that's
in
like
combat.
offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment on your own.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
Now I want to ask about the story. I mean, Telltale games always have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts. Clementine has been on the road for a long time.
More game features for Just Cause.
The comics. She's been on the road. She's traveling.
More
with,
zombies.
AJ, who is an orphan boy, who is the closest thing that she has to family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are like running out of steam on the road. It's like proving to be untenable. The final season, Clementine.
For the record, I do not want zombies in Just Cause. I'm pretty happy with.
Where there are no
Good.
adults.
They're sort of sci-fi high-tech people that what I've seen from the trailers, because I haven't seen sort of anything
like zombie threat
that you have.
Of course,
the sort of cool shields and things does look a bit fun.
Adults coming in,
I'm not saying anything.
I'm well aware you're not allowed to say anything
about those shield
your experience has been like, because it's rare to have.
I assume that's kind of to promote you not just standing still and firing guns, which is a bit of a too effective in the main game.
Let's put it this way,
we're not going to do math on air.
Yeah,
I know.
Bad idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character, it's actually been aging with her, growing with her, and falling deeper and deeper in love with her, and starting as this young child who's, playing as Lee, it's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now
You're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and you know, you're going to be playing as Clementine and protecting AJ, and this is just near and dear to my heart. And
yeah, I mean, how do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet. I'm super sad. I'm super psyched. You know, of course, it'll be sad to end her journey. Yeah. But
it's The Walking Dead. Everyone dies, right?
I'm really looking forward. Obviously, I'm surrounded by talent with Telltale Games, and I have no doubt that the writers and the creatives are going to crush it. So sad but happy. It's all very confusing. I'm a very confused human right now. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I'd love to know when the final season is coming out.
August 14th. Yeah, we ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on stage today.
Thank you.
Once again, that's thewalkingdeadgame.com, or you can find it on Steam as well. And for our next title, Frankie, we're going to head back to you on the balcony.
Next up, have I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket, or are you just trying to kill me? Don't let the retro art style fool you. Noita is set in a procedurally generated world where every pixel is physically simulated.
Oh, I like the look of this. This looks awesome, this game.
Is this...
Look at that.
Oh, that is pretty cool. That was not the game I thought they were introducing.
No, this is a really interesting looking... This looks like a game I could really fuck around with.
I think it... Wasn't it by the people who made... They made basically an engine with particles, and then were like, okay, now let's make a game with it.
Yes, it appears to be like that.
I thought when they were introducing it, it was going to be that game with the strategy wizards game that Go did. Gunpoint is now working on.
Ah, yeah. Oh God, I want just to be here.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the spiritual successor to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital. Join me in welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr.
Dr. Webley and Goldberg. Goldberg.
Wow. Great suits.
For a moment there, I was worried the mascot was going to come out again.
How does one run a hospital in 2 Point Hospital? What's going on with the mic? What's going on with the mic? Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me.
Okay.
How do we run a hospital?
So 2 Point Hospital is a game about designing and building your own hospital. It's
Talk directly at my tie.
You said don't talk there.
Yeah.
I got to look out here, you said.
Yeah, no, just look straight at the ground.
There's a lot of customization. Is this working at all?
Yeah, it's great.
Doing great. Carry on.
I'll carry on then. Yeah, a lot of customization, a lot of interesting characters in our world, which, with all these different characters, we had to come up with some really interesting illnesses and cures for them. And you have fun in 2 Point County exploring different regions and curing people with different ailments. And
I mean,
as you can see on the screen,
I'm amazed it took this
is real.
long.
We actually researched this. It's a certain animal. And also you can train people. You can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better. Do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah.
You know, saying everything, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't know if your mic was working. I was backfilling. Carry on.
So I mean, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're training up staff, you're diagnosing illnesses, and you're hopefully curing them and making money, and then heading off.
I see this malady. Yeah, I see this malady called turtle head. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Yes. It's when the head becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly, and it has to be extracted. And Mark, how's it
Yeah,
get
well, this
extracted?
is something you maybe we've all been there. I know.
Yeah.
This is one where a little bit of suction always helps. And
yeah. And
it's gone.
And out it comes. Yeah.
Now,
we had to research how to do that.
That's actually a real illness.
Oh my God, he still has his glasses on.
Now, I had to ask about something
was
that I think
the
every
best
young
episode of
man
The
has to deal
House.
with at some point. What is a monobrow infestation?
Yeah, well, monobrow is,
follically enhanced.
Yeah,
it's a problem. We've all been there.
Yeah. I haven't.
No, okay.
It needs to be diagnosed
I like
and
these
treated
guys.
quickly. If it doesn't, it'll fester, and you might shed a bit of hair. And in fact,
it will actually leave the body, and it needs
Oh my
to
God!
be
That arcade machine is playing Sonic 3.
Right.
It looks like the monobrows are multiplying in the hospital.
They breed very, they're big.
That
breeds.
arcade machine is
Yeah,
playing Sonic 3.
they like dirty places. So you've got to keep your hospital
Oh my
clean
God,
and well maintained.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to breed, and you'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about sort of how the game evolves over time, because Theme Hospital was very mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through 2 Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region. There's warm regions with contagious diseases, and there's
poor regions, there's rich regions.
Yeah. So we've got volcanoes.
Yeah.
In fact,
We've got all sorts of wonderful, weird effects can happen in different parts of the
So
world.
you might struggle to manage your hospital empire because a volcano went off nearby.
Yeah, it's about spinning plates, isn't it? You've got everything set up nicely, and then
something
a
happens.
thrown at you. So.
Well, I'd love to know more information.
I mean, if the
about
volcano
when
goes
to
off,
hospital.
that means more people need a hospital.
Yeah.
Well, we're coming up to fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing. Yeah. And we're coming later in the year.
We're told to say
No. Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you.
Talk about 2 Point Hospital.
That was good.
Yeah, that looks fun.
Now, our second Battle Royale game of the afternoon takes a fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week. Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
Oh, Jesus, they're all so identical, aren't they? How is this not Fortnite? Is this just Fortnite? Is this like an expansion of Fortnite? Or is this a different game?
I don't know. I've not played Fortnite.
Okay, that's not Fortnite.
Joining me to talk about Realm Royale is the executive producer at Hi-Rez Studios.
Only by the slimmest of hairs.
Nerd, a.k.a. Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale from other types of Battle Royale games in the genre?
Nothing, and then he walked off.
So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like Mage or Hunter or Assassin and specify a unique play style before you land.
How do these different classes work?
That
so
man's face would look exactly the same
down,
as if it was
putting up
upside
shields,
down.
putting down turrets.
His hair and his chin may actually cancel each other out in some
and the
way.
one will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
And, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed
I feel like his hairline looked a bit like one of those magnetic games where you've got the iron filings and the face beforehand.
It specifies your play style, and so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the
And
chest.
as you said, it's been put on upside down.
The play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And you mentioned this a little bit. I've seen it on stream. Talk to me about crafting in the game. I mean, how does crafting work in a game where there's a constantly shrinking play circle?
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges. And so once you go to the forge, you'll collect shards from disenchanting loot you find
I have
as
not
you're going
seen
about.
as many
and you'll use
companies
these shards
like
to
hit
start
the
crafting
same
legendary
thing at the
gear,
same
very
time.
powerful
Like it
pieces
used to
that
be
everyone
like
will want. Once you start the forge,
MOBAs were
a
big, but
smokestack
I've
will
not seen
appear above
anyone
the
hit
forge,
the
and everyone
battle
comes
royales
over to
like
fight.
this.
Mini objective even.
Big team fight.
So I know that Realm Royale is currently available for free on Steam, but I hear that you have some goodies people can check out that are E3 exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam. We're actually out for less than a week now, and we were already number 4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream on Mixer and you're playing, the streamer that gets closest to the Crown Royale will enter into the hype zone, and so everyone will see you on. You'll be featured on the main page of Mixer. You'll have a chance to win the Jailbird chicken skin, which is our first piece of cosmetic. It's a little chicken with like a little jailbird, like prisoner outfit, and just box around. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and if you don't know the chicken mechanic, seriously, please look it up right now. Rory, thanks so much for joining me on stage to talk about Realm Royale. Once again, it's for free on Steam right now. Our next game is one that was shown at last year's PC Gaming Show, and Frankie has some updates of what they've been up to.
Yes, John, as you may remember, our next game is made by a core team of just 2 people. It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming and creature collecting indie inspired by Pokemon, Harvest Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at their unique combat system, along with plenty of cute ooblets and environments. Let's take a gander.
Now, kids.
That one looks like me. I was about to say, this looks like something Double Fine would make.
It wasn't, but as soon as the trailer came out, it was. I actually got to play this at Reds, but it's not a good game to demo.
Ah, yes.
It's one of those ones where you really want to spend all day with it.
Yeah.
And when you're going, I've got 30 minutes, and you're like, stop being cute at me. I just want to see the next bit.
Yeah.
But the combat, which was the bit that I was interested in, is sort of very Pokemon-y.
Ooh. PC and Xbox One. Oh, that's perfect for the Switch.
I was going to say, it's really annoying because it's really perfect for the Switch.
It wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at
If he was
Anno
about to say Command & Conquer, I would have turned the fucking stream off. Assassin's Creed, Anno. I'm going to have a toxic waste, sweetie.
Okay.
Coughing. It's because of that. I'd offer you one. But
it's a bit hard over these. Yeah.
There's a sea between us. Makes it difficult. Anyway, here's a game where you can build houses.
Yeah.
I don't really get
it doesn't look like a very pretty houses, though.
Yeah, I've never really got into. They've got like one set in the future, one set in the past.
Yeah, occasionally they've looked tempting. They were on sale recently, and I was tempted, but
joining me on the stage to talk
not
about
tempted enough.
Executive producer Burkhard Rattheiser and community developer Bastian Thun.
I think I prefer my stuff just more turn-based.
Welcome to the stage.
I'm a big fan of the endless games.
I want to begin right away by asking, for people who haven't seen or experienced the Anno series, what are these types of games like?
Yeah, well, Anno 1800 is a PC only real-time strategy game, and it's kind of mixing city building together with economic simulation and naval warfare. And at its core, it's a sandbox game, so you have a vast amount of freedom to explore the world and build huge cities.
And I wonder if you could talk to me a little bit about why the choice of the 19th century for this game.
Well, the 19th century it's such an interesting and rich era. There was so much happening in this era. Yeah. So we had two industrial revolutions. We had major scientific inventions. And also big social changes, and also the creation of the big imperial empires. So it's a really rich era.
And what are some of the elements that we'll get to see from the 19th century in Anno 1800?
So it's kind of for the player. It's well, basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that.
I'm British. I know what happened during that point. We wiped out natives.
Yeah, we don't really want to talk about it, to be honest.
About what is Anno
Tells us a Ubisoft game. French just love to fucking rub it in our faces.
We revealed the game. We decided on, you know what? It's pre-alpha. Revealed
like
the game.
Australia.
We invited the community
What's an
to
Australian?
No. Member of our development
wipe them
team.
off the planet.
So we launched our Anno Union platform. It's a place
Oh,
where we
what's
give
that?
constant
Americans?
weekly updates on the current development and invite players to give feedback and
we're going to call you
help us developing the
Indians.
game.
Can you give me like an example of exactly how some choices have been steered by the community?
So there's a lot of different stuff we did. So like from the feedback we got on our blogs and focus playtests where invited players, we got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay. Let's do it like improve the quality a little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like this.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to anno-union.com and vote on right now.
Exactly. So right just in time for E3, you can go to anno-union.com, check out, we have a vote up where you can vote on one of 5 ships in the game. And that's only the first stage, because in the second stage, we will allow you to design your own ship variant. So the winner of that first vote, then you can hand in your own design nodes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like. And the winner of that contest will actually make it into the game.
Guys, I think I fell asleep for a brief second, then I'm okay.
To get the most information right now.
Yeah, I think I had the same thing as well.
Union.com. It's basically our big community platform, and we want to
Alright,
invite
I'm back.
special strategy gamers, PC players out there
my
to
hand
come help us
went
develop
to
the game,
my
sharing
fidget
feedback,
toys
just check
and
it
was
out.
like,
Well,
I need to do this
me on stage to
quietly
talk
enough
about
that no
Anno
one's
1800.
people
Our
aren't suddenly
next
just going to
title
hear
is
that
the
random
final
clicking.
Battle Royale of the night, and
Oh,
Frankie
good.
is going to be talking about it, and it's a little bit, maybe not what you'd expect.
Oh, it's a battle royale.
Publisher Tiny Build is known for discovering distinctive indie developers
Tiny
and
Build.
bringing their
I like Tiny
quirky
Build.
ideas to the fore. With Cluster Truck, speedrunners, and Hello
That was
Neighbor
people who
among
got
their
intimidated
catalog
by working for
hits.
massive
And now
projects.
I'm delighted to be able to bring you the world exclusive reveal of a
callback.
game developed
Loved
by
it.
Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic,
What?
Rapture Rejects is Battle Royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen,
What?
believe it or not. Top down,
Pardon?
isometric, cartoony, and basically
It's a cyanide
bonkers.
and happiness.
Let's take a look at what happens when the man upstairs makes an epic fail and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
I hope it looks like Silent Happiness. What? Give us a world exclusive.
World exclusive!
Loved it. Chad, give us a world exclusive. Alright, don't bother. I don't give a shit. Explosive. What? This is what?
Dear God, every day I strive to be closer to your light. I pray that when Judgment Day, that most holiest of days, comes upon us, when you bring all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side. Amen.
Thanks, brah.
I'm just so in for a Silent Happiness game.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do it, that's the right way.
Break the leaves! Smell you later, you old bag!
I mean, it's a great concept for a game.
That is fun.
I can't believe we got to show that trailer. That's so great. Our final game that we will be showcasing this evening is from perhaps the most famous stealth action franchise in gaming, the Hitman series. Let's take a look at a brand new trailer from Hitman 2.
Matt and Jonathan
Welcome
away.
to Miami, 47. The innovation race is on its last day, and it is down to the wire. The Providence defectors are Robert and Sierra Knox.
I'd like to point out, I did actually come up with a... I was playing a sort of assassin game where you had to take somebody out on a race course at one point. But fine, Hitman will do it, I don't give a shit.
Sorry, you went out a bit there.
That's alright. Oh, his head's looking a bit skinny, isn't he? Oh, gonna be sued.
Very Monty Python. I don't understand. I played one of the Square Enix Hitman games. Where's all the killing people with guns and the endless waves of people coming at you?
It's like they've just forgotten what the series was about.
Joining me to talk about Hitman 2 is game director from IO Interactive, Jacob Mickelson. Join me up here, Jacob. Come on out, we gotta talk. Assassination.
Hey, Sean.
Welcome, Jacob. Thanks for joining me. I mean, right away.
That's not
tell me what
the developer. That's actually Agent 47.
Well, he's there to pay a visit to Sharon Robert Knox, who are part of the Kronstadt Empire, and yeah, we all know how that ends, right?
Well, given that it's a Hitman game, I have some hints. And, you know, I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study and trying to understand it. What are some of the elements in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high detailed sandbox, we also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces, like you have here, backstage area. Of course, we also have that in Miami. So pits and paddocks, there's an emergency room, and so on. So all the facilities needed in order for you to kind of make your own way through the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your target.
I like how the Hitman logo just says hi in the background.
There's going to be a lot of the
just peeking out
familiar
going, hi.
feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics that are in Hitman?
Yeah, some of the new stuff is, for instance, the
even
crowd,
the Hitman logo hides.
First of all, there's more than ever. We're close to 2,000 people now in the scenes, and on top of that, we also introduced a new crowd mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in. So in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if
you had that blood money.
Stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout these trailers.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs
into a fan.
That right, and then of course you just saw it in the kitchen.
There's actually a sex toy attached, which is just rotating.
Room in your house, right?
Yeah,
I have the same question.
Also counts in Hitman.
And I want to ask about some of my favorite content from Hitman, things like elusive targets, limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Absolutely. So there's still going to be escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs, again, new challenge for you. And then, of course, the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only. And you have one shot at this or Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Robust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47, and also, for the first time in the franchise, you can play along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out. I'm super looking forward to Hitman 2.
Thank you.
I might be the worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the left, for the first time ever, vaguely nearby me, it's the co-host, Frankie. Come here, Frankie.
Come
down from the balcony for good behavior.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it. The PC Gaming Show is done. Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks for all of you who came out to the Will Turn and joined us today. It was a blast.
I like the feel Matt,
Thanks to Twitch chat. I know that everything you said was appropriate and intelligently thought out. And of course, this year we're curating even more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall. Last, and of course not least, a huge thank you to all our wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a 4th straight year. They are
Okay,
Studios,
there were some
Digital
nice things,
Extremes,
but I feel like
Archangel
this was
Hellfire,
pretty
Team 17, Stardock Entertainment, Acer, Predator, Improbable, Oculus
low
Rift,
on
Drake's
its
Case, Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3.
Yeah.
It just wasn't, go play some damn video
It
games.
wasn't painful like that first
No,
one.
yeah, I'll watch this every year, I suppose, from now on.
But it's it could still do with being
punched up a little.
Punched up a little. That's a great way of putting it.
That was an hour and 48 minutes.
We're talking about our
and shushy faces. All right, so.
And then also, I think just there's a few too many times where it's like we're going to put more effort into this, talking about this DLC than really needs.
Yeah.
Some of those things could just be a trailer, and quite a lot of times it's like, I'm going to ask questions. It's like, that was answered with the trailer in the first place.
Yeah.
Not entirely, but there was a lot of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Microsoft
still winning by a mile.
Yeah, I think I saw Microsoft, then Ubisoft. Then I'd say Square Enix. No, this and Square Enix sort of tied.
Yeah.
Then Bethesda, and then all the way down in the basement is EA.
I mean, I really didn't like Bethesda. Like, I feel like just the mismanagement of what they had. Because, like, you could have done that in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And not lost anything useful. Like, you'd have lost... What you would have lost is a live show, a history of E3 through venues, as told through the perspective of a teenager growing up. It's like... Oh, and a whole load of things where it's like, at one point, it was like, hey, this is Fred, the CEO. And he was like, hi, I'm Fred, I'm the CEO. And then I don't think he said anything else. It was, oh. And it was like, oh, that demands an applause. No, a bigger applause. No, an even bigger applause.
We'll bring Andrew WK back out. I swear to God.
So, yeah. For me, Bethesda was a real low point, even though
EA was worse.
It had
EA killed Command & Conquer
substance.
while pretending it was an esport, even though it's a free-to-play mobile game.
Oh, was that a Command & Conquer game?
Yes!
How?
They didn't announce it at the start, because if they went, we've got a Command & Conquer game, people were like, oh! And then see it's a mobile game, and they probably would have booed.
Wow.
Anyway, right, here's the plan for now. We're going to end the stream because we've been going for about 4 hours. I'm going to take an hour break. We'll be back in about an hour, about 55 minutes for Sony. Watt will be joining us again if he hasn't fallen asleep by then. Rebecca and I will wake up and return. And we'll sit for about 2 hours of Sony, hopefully just dicking around with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That would be nice. For those of you who aren't staying up, because I know a few of you aren't, make sure... well, tomorrow we're going to be covering Nintendo, and I think 5 o'clock UK time. I'm going to just quickly check that to the people who are the thing. I think it's... Yes, 5 o'clock UK time we'll be covering Nintendo. I won't be covering the more important thing of the night, which is 9 o'clock. I think it's 9 o'clock or 9:30. The Square Enix Just Cause 3 E3 blowout starts. And at 9:45, you are gonna watch this. Oh, baby. Anyway, for now, goodbye from me. And goodbye from Mr. Watfana. We will be back in about 55 minutes for Sony. Ta-ra!
Bye.